Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness, I wasn't sure I was going to do this today because yesterday, I explained in another video, we just got internet literally back just yesterday. I think because we had a big storm here and obviously, the internet, mucked up, so we had to vacate to a hotel for the night. We came back at 2 a.m. in the morning, but we went home because we had to see Zootopia 2. So, yeah, so my morning has been, okay. I woke up. I had to deal with my severe autistic brother because his laptop, his computer, sorry, was not working. And I had to deal with that. And I'm like, oh my God, what a stressful morning. Oh my God, because I was home by myself. Yes, I am 23, turning 24 very soon. So I'm older than I think I am. But yeah, I was trying to text my mom with Cassie that SOS, prices unsettled, come back home, can't handle the stress. And so that's been my morning. And then she finally came back. I've tried to call you and text you like, oh sorry, my phone's on silent. At least she apologized, but I'm like, ah. Anyway, so a bit frazzled, a bit stressed out right now. So yeah. Also, I had to. I'm a little bit late because I had to redo. I had no dolls on my shelving, so there's some dolls there you can look at as well while you look at me talking to you. So that's been my morning. Because I was doing my hair, I was trying to find my hairbrush. I'm like, where the heck is my hairbrush? And I told my mom, like, I'm not going crazy. I did pack it. And it was, so I had to use my mom's one. I was like, oh my God, this morning is crazy. Oh my God. So I apologize. I'm a bit frazzled and a bit stressed out because I had to deal with a lot this morning with my severe autistic brother, being home by myself, stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, besides that, you're not here for that, obviously. But that's what I've been dealing with lately. Like this week has been really, really busy, so I apologize for the non-videos. So yeah, that's all. But anyway, we're gonna talk about Michael Jackson today. So yeah, so unfortunately, this dropped. When did this drop? This dropped a couple of weeks ago now. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it because that day on Friday, I went out. So I was a bit devastated. I was like, no, why did you have to drop a trailer while I was going out? So unfortunately, I couldn't do this in advance because of that. But I still want to do it anyway. So I'm doing it now, regardless of how tired I am. So yeah. But yeah, I've seen the trailer. I've seen some reactions. Really good stuff here as well. So we'll discuss in detail as well. I like the logo. It's just called Michael. Simple. Michael, just Michael, not Michael Jackson, just Michael, which I think fits perfectly well. Kind of like the Elvis movie, which we'll discuss some other biopics later on in this video as well. So yeah, is that the same? Because most celebrities have a different hand signature when they sign something. Every celebrity has a different signing, like when a celebrity signs something, you can kind of tell what's what. So I'm pretty sure that's Michael's handwriting there. So that's interesting. I wonder if that's from his albums. Yeah, was it? Oh, Michael Jackson. We'll talk about it later on. But Michael Jackson has done so many albums, it's hard to catch up. But yeah, but I think that's from his albums. Like, I'm like, oh my God, kudos for that. Kudos for getting the exact same logo of Michael Jackson. It is one of his albums, which is insane. So I like that also. Also, I like how the different decades. So we've got small Michael Jackson. We've got teen Michael Jackson. I think we've got young adult Michael Jackson. And then adult Michael Jackson. I'm not sure. Obviously, those are classic, iconic looks, which we'll discuss later on in this video. You got Beat It. You got, oh no, I'm making the song. Oh, do you get up? That song. Then you got the Jackson 5, we'll discuss later on too. And then we got, I think, Billie G with the glove on, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. So yeah, so interesting stuff. I like how they got every single detail in this poster. And I know, like, Bill, it's just a poster, I know, but Michael Jackson's iconic to a reason. So yeah, so as for other biopics, I did watch Elvis. I did reaction to it a while ago. It was like a very long time ago now. And I did review that movie, so if you want to go check it out, on my channel right now. So yeah, so I did see Elvis, although to be honest with you, I hope this is much better than Elvis because I was trying to pinpoint what his story is. I kind of talked about my review of Elvis basically, and I like, why do you keep jumping for it? They kept jumping from time to time, like, hey, no, this is so chaotic. Like, wait, what? Just slow it down a bit. I'm trying to follow the story of Elvis because I don't really know a lot of I don't know who Elvis Presley. I know who he is, but I don't know his story. So I was trying to follow the story of him in the movie. It just didn't work out. Still good. I actually cried at the ending because they did show some real footage of Elvis before he passed, and that got me much like, damn man, why these biopics have to be so sad? So yeah. Also, speaking of Elvis, there was another documentary recently, a while ago. I'm not sure. I've heard people bag-mouthing, this documentary. I don't know why. Not documentary, biopic. Oh my god, biopic. This is why I'm tired. Biopic. As well. So you've got Priscilla, which is a biopic about how Priscilla became, Elvis's wife and stuff. And the reason why I think, have you seen it? Have you seen the Priscilla movie? I think it's really good. My mum watched it. I should totally check it out. And I also checked it out. It's really good stuff there. I think people were bad-mouthing it only because they showed Elvis in a different light. As well, showed him being really abusive to Priscilla, as well. And, I don't know if this is based on real life of how Priscilla actually felt, but I felt like she was trapped in that house with nowhere to go. And I'm like, oh my god, Priscilla, I feel so sorry for you as well. So yeah, that was tough, and obviously, she divorced him, finally, thank God. But, really good stuff there. You get to see, the makeover of, what Elvis envisions, I guess, because when you see Priscilla, she's got like the black hair, the black eyeliner. In real life, Priscilla doesn't have that, but back in the day, it was like an act, basically. So that's actually really her, but it was an act, basically. And I think, there's a difference between your real life self. Some celebrities do it, some celebrities don't do it. They have like a natural look to them, but some celebrities like to put on an act. And I think that's what the Priscilla movie did, like it showed two sides of Priscilla, And she fell in love with him basically from the movie, so that was unfortunate. But yeah, the way that Elvis abused it, I think people didn't like that take. I mean, you have to show the darker side of celebrities. Like we're going to talk about some controversial stuff with Michael Jackson here, still the same thing. So really good stuff. I highly suggest you go check it out. It's really good stuff there. I watched it again actually. To be honest with you, it's really good. It's really, really good of how they focus on Priscilla and how she felt. Because we didn't get that in the Elvis movie, and I thought that was very interesting commentary against that as well. Also, I just recently watched the Whitney Houston biopic. It was bought to buy a Prime Video, but I waited until it hit Netflix. So I saw it on Netflix a while ago. I guess I gotta watch it because we're dying to see it. I wasn't sure I was gonna watch it because people have been saying like, Whitney Houston dies in a bathtub. I went, no, we do not need to see that. Sometimes people are sickos online like, why? I don't think movies aren't allowed to show that, but when you hear it, it's like, oh my god, that's awful. And her daughter, unfortunately, suffered the same fate as Whitney Houston. So yeah, so luckily they didn't show that. I was a little bit nervous. I'm like, don't you dare show that scene. I don't want to see a dead person as well. I think we're all like that, like, don't you dare. But they didn't. It was just like more like her in the reflection in the mirror and her tearing up a bit. As well, and you get to see her performance, her final performance, I think it was. Whitney Houston, I gotta say, she, don't know, like, I know she did drugs, yes, but my mum was telling me a while ago that Whitney Houston got a lot of backlash because when she sang later on in her life, she felt a lot different to her, because when she was, because when you're on, like, stuff, I guess, per se, like, Whitney Houston was on drugs. And that's actually true. They showed that in the movie. They showed her doing this crazy stage thing where she was on drugs, and obviously at the time she was with Bobby Brown. And I'm like in the movie, like, don't go to Bobby Brown. No, Whitney, it's a red flag. So I was kind of like, don't you dare. Although to be honest with you, I do listen to Bobby Brown's music. I know. I'm like, why? But my dad was saying that, he should have never got with Bobby Brown because he was bad news for Whitney. And, I don't necessarily think it's his fault, but yeah, it's just the way that she was, being handled in that situation. She got better, I think. She came back, but she was never the same. And people complained about her voice being not, great as it was like then. So yeah, so that's also interesting as well. But yeah, but I saw really good stuff. There was also a Bob Marley one, I believe. Yeah, as well. I haven't seen it, but I saw a preview because I don't know what movie I was watching, but I went to this was like a while ago. I was watching a movie and I saw a preview of the Bob Marley biopic as well, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so moving and touching. I still haven't seen the Bohemian Bohemian Rhapsody one. I need to watch that. Oh my god. And this is also produced by Bohemian Rhapsody. And I think they did also the Whitney Houston one too, come to figure. So yeah, I've heard really good things. Oscar, they won the Oscar for that movie. Incredible stuff there as well. So yeah, so anyway, back to Michael Jackson. So yeah, so not only this film is not only this film is getting made, this is also done by his family, and I wonder how much his family are involved in this as well. I guess Janet Jackson would have to be involved too, because that's Michael's sister. So yeah, so I couldn't find an image of all of them, so there's some of them there as well. So yeah, so I've heard a couple of things about Michael Jackson. A little bit. Like, I don't know a lot of his story. Like, I know all of his music, but I don't know a lot about his personal life. Like I said, I only know Elvis and Michael. I only know those two. But after I watched the Whitney Houston movie, I listened to some of the actual other songs, like The Greatest Love of All. So music video, such a great song, and also other songs of hers, so I'm more familiar with her because I only saw I Want to Dance with Somebody, and what's the other one? How Will I Know, and I love How Will I Know. That's my favorite Whitney Houston song of all time. But she's got some other hits that I really enjoy as well. So yeah. So I wonder how much his family are involved in this. Obviously, creative-wise, it's very hard when it comes to family because they probably know Michael Jackson as well, who he is. So let's see if they hit the nail on the head with this. Let's see how they go. Also, speaking of, one of his family members is portraying Michael in this movie, and his name is Jafar Jackson. So that is Michael Jackson's uncle. So that's his nephew. So that's Michael. So Michael would be his uncle because his brother would be his father. So I think he's the son of Jeremy Jackson, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I was watching the live stream a while ago saying like, oh, they have a little bit of beef. So I'm not sure how you feel about it, although Michael Jackson has no saying because he's passed away. So has no saying it. So yeah, so from what I've seen, it looks really good as well. So, like I said, I love Michael Jackson. Listen to all of his songs. If you have not heard all of his songs, you are missing out. They are phenomenal. I haven't seen the music clips. I've seen a couple of them. There are so many to list. So, I've only picked a few favorites of mine, to be honest with you. But love Michael Jackson. Love his music. I think he's very talented as a musician. As well, we'll get to his controversial. I'm going to talk about his controversial personal life, what I think about it as well later on in this video. But let's focus on the positive. So we'll get to negatives later and his reaction as well. So yeah, so I love Michael Jackson. I've listened to all of his songs. Really good stuff. I grew up with old school music because of my mum, so there's that also. So he's done Remember the Time. He's done You Rock My World. He's what's that song? I Wanna Rock With You. Is that the one? Rock With You? Yeah, Rock Your World and Rock With You sound equally alike. So I'm like, which one is it? So yeah, so those are really good songs. Also, speaking of which, did you know, I didn't know this, when I was watching Remember the Time music video, Eddie Murphy was in that. I'm like, oh my god, Eddie Murphy was in that music video? I never knew that. And I saw his documentary came on Netflix. It was talking about like kind of funny things saying like, whereas, because he's obviously known these people, and obviously, but obviously he's known these celebrities. And, he's been to, I think he said he'd been to every single funeral and just, putting them in the grave, and like, where the heck are their families, and stuff like that. So I thought that was interesting. I thought that was funny. I'm like, yeah, it's hard, Eddie Murphy. It's hard because Eddie Murphy, if you haven't seen the documentary, it's so good. He's really good there, and everything he says, I believed. So he's really good, really good. Eddie Murphy's hilarious, by the way. So yeah, I thought that was interesting that he was in the Michael Jackson video, and then he knew Michael Jackson, and he said in the documentary he knew Michael Jackson and other celebrities as well. Also, I think he said Richard Pryor. I'm like, who the heck is Richard Pryor? So I had to look it up. So, oh, yeah. So that's, yeah. So go and check it out. Go and check it out. But we're not talking about Eddie. We're talking about Michael. So, yeah. So, so my favorite songs from him are Bad, for sure. Freaking love that one. The Way You Make Me Feel. I had to think for a sec there. The Way You Make Me Feel. Such a good song. And then I really love Beat It. Oh my god, I love that song. I put that song in the car once and my mum did not like it. Sometimes me and my mum have the same taste of music. Like, she'll put something on, I'm like, I don't know the song at all, so I'll just skip it. So yeah, so she didn't like the song. I freaking love Beat It. Interesting fact, I only know the song from Alvin and Chipmunks because Alvin and Chipmunks covered a couple of Michael Jackson songs back in the day, and they did Beat It. And you got Alvin in the red leather coat that Michael Jackson wore, and he's doing the moonwalk sort of, and that's how I discovered the song. And I saw the music video of the real artist of Michael Jackson. It was phenomenal. So Thriller, oh my god, Thriller's another one. Thriller's very iconic. Everyone knows that song, right? So it's very interesting as well. So yeah, also not only that, he's done a couple of a little bit of like appearances in shows, like The Simpsons was a bit controversial with him. People say, is that Michael Jackson or not? Because they had to I don't know the backstory of this, but they had to erase his name so nobody knows. I'm not sure if this is on Disney Plus. I think he's on Disney Plus because I was watching The Simpsons a while ago. Like, oh yeah. And he said the character that he's portraying is not Michael Jackson, it's someone else. But when you hear it, it's like, oh, it's Michael Jackson. I think that was at the time where his career got very controversial. Like I said, we'll discuss that later on. Yeah, so I thought that was very, very interesting. That was in The Simpsons as well. I mean, who hasn't been on The Simpsons? Like, it's still going on today. I think it's still really good. People might not agree, but I still enjoy it to this day. And also, speaking of our Chipmunks, which we discussed now, they did did he appear in the episode? I don't know, but there's Dave dressed up as Michael Jackson as well in the red leather coat, like Alvin did in the Beat It video. And then, so I'm not sure if Michael Jackson appeared because Alvin was saying oh, I know Michael Jackson and stuff like that. And I think Dave pretended to be Michael Jackson. I haven't seen the episode. Season 8, I think, I kind of dropped off of Alvin Chipmunk. So I don't know what's going on there. So I have no idea. But I think there's a limo and you can see the car door and the screen clothing now. Oh yeah, there is Michael Jackson. He did make a little cameo. So I thought that was really fun. And then, obviously, if you haven't seen it, there's a music video of Alvin and Michael, basically. It's sort of a Tom and Jerry situation with Gene Kelly. If you've seen that, you get what I mean. So it's kind of like that. But, so it's really cool. So I think they did a Beat It video together. Then they did Billie Jean and, Alvin's moonwalking and stuff like that with Michael. So I thought that was really cool as well. So, yeah. So love his music. Very, very much. I think he's very talented, despite his personal life, which we'll discuss later on. So, without further ado, let's get into Michael. I haven't used these ones yet. These are brand new. I just got these. As well, so I haven't really tested them out yet. So we'll see how I go. Because I've been using the little ones. I've tried them. My ears are so small, so it's really hard for me to put them actually in my ear. Because my doctor said it was a funny thing. Hang on, let me put this in. Which way does it go? Oh, hang on, it's this one. Hang on, try and get this sorted. So yeah, so the reason why I was fiddling with my earbuds in the reaction to Superman was because they were getting loose. And my doctor says, because I'm Aboriginal, and my doctor says to me, you got very weird ear canals. That's what he said, right? Yeah, because my ear canals sort of not go straight, but it's sort of curve. And I'm like, that's from Aboriginal heritage, because I do have Aboriginal blood in me. So that makes more sense. So yeah, so luckily I got these. Yay, no more suffering with my ears, because my ears had them in one ear still, but I was like, oh, it's so annoying. So yeah. All right, let's see if this works. How do I turn it on? I forgot to turn it on. Oops, that's my fault. Thank you. Let's see how this goes. All right. Oh, they're very big. They're comfy, but very big. Okay, here we go.
I know you've been waiting a long time for this. The tracks are made, the songs are ready, Let's take it from the top.
I've actually heard this song recently. Oh, it's so good. Got to put that in the trailer.
This is your story. Honor your past.
You wanna be
Something. Hey!
And embrace the future. That's what people need.
Hey, brother!
Q.
Oh
Can
my
you lower
God,
the
he
lights
sounds
for me,
exactly
please?
like him.
Okay,
Oh my
but
God.
remember, in here, keep those feet still, my man.
Oh my God. It's really good, regardless. This gonna be. I think it's gonna be falling in line with the Whitney Houston biopic, which did really, really well. Although people complained there wasn't a lot of music. I have to agree because there wasn't a lot of music, but it was still a really good biopic of Whitney though. Really good stuff there. And also Elvis too. Elvis had a lot of really good songs in there, although the movie was a bit, jumping from place to place. I'm like, well, what's going on? So yeah, I think it's going to fall in line with those two. But I think it'll be up there with Bohemian Rhapsody for sure because it looks really, really good as well. So it looks really good. Even though it's a teaser, I can't wait to see what else they bring to the table as well. And hopefully we'll discuss it a little bit later on as well. So we get to see his family. So that's his family. I think, that is his family. Yeah. They've got 10 kids. 10 kids as well. Although, is it 9? Because one of them had a twin actually unfortunately pass away. So I think it's 9. To be honest with you, I don't know a lot about the Jackson family. I know they have a lot of kids from what I've seen, but obviously, I only know LaToya, Michael, and Janet. So I only know those 3 Jacksons, to be honest with you. And I was watching an Instagram clip a while ago of LaToya doing a tribute to Michael Jackson. I'm like, what the heck? Like, who made her sing a Michael Jackson song? She was totally out of tune. She was like tone deaf, to be honest with you. I'm like, looks like Michael and Janet got the musician genes after all, because they're both very talented as well. Mostly Michael, but also, I think also Janet. You haven't seen Janet's music videos? They're so good. I also love Janet Jackson as well. I think she's incredible as well. So so that's his family there, I think. Yeah. I had to double check because I was right because Janet Jackson, is the youngest out of all of them. So I couldn't see her here. I couldn't see the eldest. I always thought LaToya was the eldest, but probably not. Like I said, I don't know the Michael Jackson family that well, to be honest with you. So I'm going in this blind a bit. So I don't see Rebby as well. So although when I was researching this Michael Jackson stuff, I saw a photo of all of them, and you saw little Janet Jackson there as well, like little Janet. And I'm like, oh, what was that taken? Oh man, I forgot to put the date on. Oops. That was before the Jackson 5, I believe. So she was born after that. So that was also interesting because obviously I wonder if they will I wonder if they will show the Jackson 5 because obviously they became famous, but then because sometimes there's one breakout free star. That's obviously Michael, and Michael obviously carried on his career. So did they back away from that? I'm not sure what happened there. Probably nothing too dramatic, to be honest with you. So I love the Jackson 5. They have really good songs. That song that I did in my short was actually meant for a show. I did a 10 because I got stage fright. Although I did the Elvis one, but the dance, that was actually a dance for the show. So I did that. I wasn't in the show, but I did it anyway because I thought it was cool. Sunshine, moonlight, good times, boogie. That song. So that thing that I did was from a performance, and also the Great Lightning one I think was also a performance one as well. Although I wasn't in the show, but I still practiced it as well. And so really good stuff there as well. So I'm wondering if they will show the Jackson 5, let's see. I mean, you would kind of have to, right? Although is this just about Michael and how he became to be? I mean, I don't think you necessarily can have Michael without the Jackson 5. So I think you have to do it. Sort of like in the documentary of Wham, with George Michael and his best friend and Andrew, sorry, not best friend, Andrew, they were friends in the documentary. They said, they were good friends as well. And also, George Michael became a star out of Wham, and that's how he continued his career. So his friend let him, have his career, which I thought was very sweet and nice for him to do, as well, because he was just a star. Like, stardom comes far, far away, but when you have got that twinkle in the eye, I'm like, yep, that's it. And obviously, Michael from Jackson 5, sorry, would have that little bit twinkle. Like, if you see him, like, in some of the clips of like old Instagram stuff, like, you can see he's got the star power. So obviously that's probably why. So let's see what they decide to do here as well. I'm very curious about the dynamic between his family, because I don't really know a lot about his personal life, to be honest with you. His brothers, and do they have a falling out? Because that could be interesting. Do they have a falling out because he became really, really famous? That could be interesting. Let's see what he decided to do. But if you're going to do Michael Jackson, you always have to do the Jackson 5, right? Because it wouldn't make sense if you just, even though this movie is called Michael, you have to, like, how did he become to be? Like, how did he become a star? Like, you got to ask that question. How did he become a star in the first place? And I don't think you can have just Michael, you got to have the Jackson 5, then Michael. So that's how Michael was created, basically. Michael Jackson, sorry. That's how he was created, from starting the Jackson 5 and he did his own career. Kind of like what George Michael did with Wham, but did his own career and became George Michael. So I think you have to have that as well in this movie as well. So we'll see. I'd love to see that, to be honest with you, because I think it looks, really, really cool as well. What was really interesting for me to find out, I never knew this, to be honest with you, about Michael Jackson until now. So there's a scene in the trailer where he's got like his pinning stuff to a pinboard, basically. I'm like, oh, cool, that's all of his songs. You go, I want to start with something, PYT, Human Nature. Obviously you got some other songs. You see the lyrics of I'm gonna say you see that as well. So I'm like, this is interesting. So you did have a goal of music, and I'm wondering, because I don't know when these songs came out. I don't know what Michael Jackson's song came out first, to be honest with you, and what was the last one he did, to be honest with you, because I only know a few. I don't know, like, the iconic ones. I think that was when he was a little bit older, to be honest. I think when he had that plastic surgery stuff going on. So, yeah. So I thought that was very interesting that he had, like, a goal of what songs. And I thought that was really cool. And in the Wham documentary on Netflix, the way that they created songs is that there was this little funny thing. George put some "Wake Me Up Before You Go" on the fridge, and that became a song because he wrote the lyrics on the piece of paper. I'm like, that's genius. Like, here you get the same thing. Like, that's ingenious that he had, like, a goal of individual songs. Like I said, I don't know what song came first or what was the last one would be, but I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was very interesting to see that as well. Very interesting stuff here. Also, what was really interesting for me was we got to see him record a music video. Isn't that insane? We haven't seen that in a movie for, like, forever. Like, I think this is, like, the first time they've shown that, because you don't really see a lot of behind the scenes of what's going on. So there he is. He's doing the Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, I think. Yeah, that song, because he's in the black tie and a black suit. So yeah, and that's obviously from his music video. So you see a couple of music video stuff shots. I'm like, how on earth did you get that? I guess they would have to have his music, right? Because this is produced by his, not produced, but obviously Jackson's very heavily involved in this. So they obviously have, like, stuff that we've never seen before. Although this could be just for the movie, but I think it's very interesting to have that in the movie, because like, oh, cool, it's on screen, blue screen. Sorry, I keep saying screen because screen is what movies do these days with behind the scenes stuff, when they do backgrounds. But yeah, although they use a volume now, which is like a big, like a volume thing, like they do it for movies and shows, like the volume instead of go on location, which I think is very interesting as well. Like I said, VFX have come such a long way since the 90s as well. So So yeah, so he's on blue screen there recording something. He's obviously in a background, he's in a blue background, and obviously, there's a camera there, I think, and I think they're going to do that in editing, and you can see the real thing because it's on YouTube. So I think that's really, 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 really fascinating as well to see the as a really, really interesting stuff here as well. So yeah, so we got to see Thriller about, oh my god, I love Thriller. I love the Halloween song. Oh my god, I love Thriller so much. It's a very iconic song, like Ghostbusters, as well. Ghostbusters as well. So yeah, so I like how they did the Thriller dance, and obviously the makeup. Oh my god. It's kind of on point, I think. Look, it looks really good for what it is. I'll say that. It looks really, really good. They don't have to, hit the nail on the head, basically, but I think the makeup prosthetics looks really, really cool. So I'm curious to see, I'll be curious to see how they did the transformation of Michael Jackson, because obviously during that time, Michael Jackson, made his skin more wider and had a lot of plastic surgery, as you've seen. Like, if you look up images of Michael Jackson, he's obviously had a lot of plastic surgery as well during that time. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I like the Thriller dance. I thought that was really cool. Like, oh, cool, I love that. And you got the real footage down there of Michael doing that. So I think that's really, really cool. It's also got the iconic black red suit. Like, oh my god, how do they make those albums so iconic, right? Are they just in like departments? Do they have like a closet full of Michael Jackson stuff, like historic stuff? That could be interesting, but I don't know how they would recreate that. Did they recreate that, or did they have like storage stuff? I'm curious to see how they did. I was curious to see it behind the scenes of this. I think behind the scenes, sorry, it would be phenomenal. So let's see what the. But yeah, but the Thriller dance looks really cool. I like how they hit the nail on the head, basically, like I said before, with Michael, because Michael's very iconic, and you got to get everything down to a T. As well, clearly the outfits, him as well. So I think they've done a really good job, as well, portraying that as well. Okay, so we've got some, not only we got that, we've got some iconic Michael Jackson looks. So we've got, so that shirt, obviously, yeah, if you don't know that shirt's from the opening of Beat It. And oh yeah, I forgot he wore that, because I only know him wearing the iconic red jacket, and I love the color red, by the way. Love the color red. So yeah, so that's from Beat It. I think the second one upwards is Bad. Is that the Bad outfit? I'm not sure. And there's a couple of others shots, like oh my god, I'm gonna blank on this, but there's other very iconic outfits too, like those Stop Till You Get Enough. Obviously Billie Jean as well. So I think that's really interesting as well. Also, you got the glove. He's got the iconic glove. Oh boy, very rhinestone-y, right? I think he wore that in performance of Billie Jean, to be honest with you. With the glittery jacket. I don't know a lot of Michael Jackson's looks. I only know a couple. I don't think there are a couple. So yeah. So my question is, why does Michael Jackson always have one glove? That's the question. Like, does he have one glove, or that's just like a styling technique choice? I'm curious, because I wear gloves in winter sometimes. I'm not anymore because I'm on stuff my Reynolds, but I used to wear gloves like all the time. As well, and you would see me wear one glove. So I'm like, why does Michael Jackson wear one glove? I know it's a weird question, but if you know, let me know in the comments, because I'm curious to see what you think of that as well. But yeah, but really good stuff here as well. Also, there's some other looks in the trailer, but I have no idea what these looks are. So if you know, let me know in the comments. There's one where he's like wearing like a very military, not military, like a very like a very princely look. I'm not sure what that's about with the sunnies. And then he's got another one where he's like waving to some fans. So I'm not sure what that is. So if you know, let me know in the comments, because I think that is very interesting. Like I said, I don't know all his looks. I only know some of his looks. So I think that's interesting. But let me know in the comments if you know as well. Also, he's doing the moonwalk as well. The moonwalk is like iconic. You haven't seen like old footages of him doing the moonwalk. I think that's from Billie Jean, and he does the moonwalk. I'm like, oh my god, the moonwalk is very iconic for him. So I liked how they, implement that in the movie too. And also you've got and you've also got the hat. Now, obviously, I think he wore that hat only because he had a lot of plastic surgery, and I don't think people wanted to see his face. I'm like, because in his latest videos he was wearing his hat very downwards. Like, why cover yourself up, Michael Jackson? Like, it's because of the plastic surgery you got. Probably. I'm guessing that's the reason. I mean, why not? So, yeah. So, I like he's got the hat on too. Very, old Michael Jackson spin he does too in the trailer. Like, you go from him being a little kid, obviously, in that photo. You see it's an old TV. We have TVs like that. We've got like internet on TVs now, but back in the day they didn't have internet. So yeah, so you go remember that. And also they've got some musician stuff. So I wonder if we're going to get a Jackson 5 thing as well. So that's interesting. I think, were they a musical family? I'm not sure, but that it tells they might be a musical family. That's interesting. We'll see what they decide to do with this as well. And also, I like the spin he does in the trailer because it goes from him being a kid to being on stage, and then you got the tippy toes. Like, oh my god, that's so iconic! I freaking love it. So hopefully they'll have that in the movie, or if it's just for the trailer to make it more spectacular. Like, ooh, look at the spin that Michael Jackson does. Ooh, as well. So let's see what they decide to do. But because sometimes some effects go in the movie, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's only for the trailer. So I love that effect to be in the movie, just him spinning around. As well. I don't know if it will be, but I hope it is, because that's a really good transformation of a spin. So yeah, so let's see what they decide to do. So let's see. But loving the spin, and also like you can see like instruments in the background. So I think it's really cool in his home as well. So obviously something's going on there as well. So let's see what they decide to do this as well. Very interesting stuff. But I like the spinning. I like how he's on tippy toes. So it's really cool stuff as well. And he does that not only is in this shot, it's only like in other trailer shots too of him spinning. Just he's a toilet prince as well. So I really like that as well in the trailer. So I think it's a really cool effect as well. Hopefully it's a movie. Hopefully it's in the movie. We'll see. So before I talk about Michael Jackson, we're going to get to the nitty-gritty stuff as well. So yeah, so speaking of like other actors portraying, famous people, like Austin Butler who portrayed Elvis. As well, you've got Naomi Ackie, who played Whitney, as well. I think that's her on the left or the right. I think that's a real Whitney on the other side. So yeah. So as you can see, they transformed beautifully as well. I wasn't nervous. It was interesting behind the scenes of Elvis, because Austin Butler said, paying Elvis was a lot for him. Because of his very dark story as well. I'm not sure if it was the same for Naomi Ackie as well, play Whitney, but she did a really good job, and she looked very identical to Whitney. Like I said, my Whitney Houston trailer actually, which you can go check it out as well. So yeah, so if they can portray those two actors to play Elvis and Whitney, then they have to portray Michael Jackson as well, to a T as well. And also they have to show him getting plastic surgery, because that's what Michael Jackson did, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that's the case. Like, why destroy your beautiful face? You look gorgeous, Michael Jackson, as well. But, oh well. So, yeah, so that is Jafar Jackson. That's Michael's nephew, like we said earlier. Yeah, we hear it speak, and I'm very surprised that his speaking sounds exactly like Michael. It's like, oh my God, it's like Elvis. It's like Austin Butler acting like Elvis. Oh my God. It's like Naomi Ackie, resembling Whitney's voice. Oh my God. It's so good. Like really, really good. So he's got the voice style, which is fantastic. However, when you look at younger Michael Jackson, like little Michael Jackson images, my only problem is the nose as well. I'm not sure if his nose is that big, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think I've seen younger Michael Jackson have a bigger nose. I think the bridge is really, ticking me off a bit, to be honest with you. I know people say, Mila, what are you talking about? Is that the Little Mermaid thing? Don't do the Little Mermaid thing all over again. This is just my thoughts. I want no negative comments about this. This is just my thoughts about it, okay? So, yeah, so I think the nose could be a little bit, it doesn't have to be big, but just a little bit smaller. Obviously, we're going to see a transition of him getting plastic surgery, like I said before. So, so we'll see his nose a bit, transformed, I guess, in a way. But yeah, his nose is a little bit too big. The bridge is a little bit too big. It looks like a prosthetic nose. He looks like a gnome. I'm sorry, he looks like a gnome. I'm so sorry, but it's true. So hopefully they fix that. They have time. Hopefully they fix that as well. Because it doesn't look great. As well. And also his hair. I would like a little bit more of an afro, because I've seen like young Michael Jackson videos and images. He's got like a big afro. Like, I want a big afro of Michael Jackson. Like, what is going on? So So they need to, zhuzh things up a little bit, and I think it's just going to be perfect. So, yeah. So, let's see what they decide to do with that as well. Like I said, really good stuff here. Even as a teaser, they do have to work on something. They do have to work on him just a little bit, like a tiny bit. But overall, the trailer looks fantastic as well. Okay, let's talk about Michael Jackson's controversy. If you want to skip this part, I don't mind. But I'm going to talk about some things of how I feel about this, okay? So this is just my personal preference, opinion. I'm not sure if you agree with me or disagree with me. So, like a while back, probably, I was commenting on something about Michael Jackson, okay? And people got really angry as I think this was on Discord. I was talking about Michael Jackson. I'm like, oh yeah, can't believe he did this. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? Like, excuse me, like people don't believe that Michael Jackson did that stuff, and that's coming back to the Priscilla movie of how Elvis abused Priscilla. As well, I never knew that. That was so shocking. I'm like, wow, he actually abused Priscilla. That's insane. So yeah, so a couple of people don't know that side of him. So let's see how they deal with the controversy. I'm very curious because obviously, I don't know later in life, but obviously it's a very controversial figure as it is. So let's see how they deal with that as well. Because it's his family, creating the movie. So let's see if they, put that into perspective. I mean, they would have to, right? Because, it's not a story about, the bad stuff. And unfortunately, life throws you hurdles and stuff like that. Like, this week has been terrible. Not terrible, but my week has been very challenging as well with my brother and my mom. So, yeah. Especially with my brother this week. Oh, my God. So, yeah. So, life throws you hurdles, but like Whitney Houston, I'm glad they showed that side of her, because you see her struggling with drugs, and she went to rehab. I think I'm not sure if that was in real life, but I think that was portrayed in the movie. I'm not sure about real life. But yeah, it was very, I think it's very hard to watch something like that. What Elvis went through. There was a scene where he had like a gun, he was kind of losing his mind basically. So I kind of like that as well. Though people are like, but why do that? Like, you gotta have stories from different angles, and if you don't show the dark side of Michael Jackson, then I don't think people will understand the story of Michael Jackson. Like, you have to have that in. Like, I don't necessarily think they have to show all of it, as well. I don't think, because people don't believe that. I'm like, what do you mean? He did terrible stuff. I was looking at some photos, and there was a report saying that, he sexually abused little children as well. So that's actually true. So I'm like, I don't understand why people don't believe that as well. Because I don't think people found him guilty. If it found him guilty, it would have been a different situation. But because I don't think they found him guilty of anything. There were allegations thrown at him, obviously. But me and my mum were talking about the other day that because I was saying, oh, have you seen the new Michael Jackson trailer? She agrees with me on the nose because the nose is a little bit, big on Jafar Jackson, who's portrayed Michael in this movie, and my mom was telling me that because every time I see Michael Jackson with kids, I'm like, Michael Jackson, what the heck are you doing? So yes, they have to be very careful. They don't necessarily have to show it, but I heard from my mom that Michael was getting kids over. And I'm like, where the heck are the parents? And my mom said, oh, Michael paid them off. I'm like, why? What? Why? And I remember, like, other people have said this too about, like, him having to sleep over with boys. And I'm like, why? Like, why? And I think that's very controversial. So I think they have to show that in some capacity, right? They would have to, right? They don't necessarily need to show what happened, basically, of what that. Maybe they could just do a scene where some kids go into his house and that's it. Maybe they could do something like that to ease people as well. So we'll see what it's to do. But if they don't show the controversy, then I don't think you have to show it. Like, you have to show the story from different angles, and you have to show that side of Michael Jackson, because even though his music very iconic, his life was very controversial and very, not okay what he did as well. I mean, I saw, like, because I think he had kids, right? Yeah, so there was this chubby person that he had kids with. I'm like, why? Like, yeah. So Michael Jackson's very controversial, but music very iconic. So we'll see what they decide to do. But if they don't put that in the movie, then I think I'm gonna have a problem with it, because I have to show that. They did show it in Elvis. They did show it in Whitney. Why don't you show it in this movie? They have to. And I really like to see that, and I really like to see the downfall, because in the Elvis movie and the Whitney Houston movie, they show the downfall of, Elvis Presley, Whitney Houston, obviously, at that moment in the movie as well. So they have to show the downfall of Michael Jackson somehow. They have to. If they don't show the controversy, then I'm going to be pretty upset. So, yeah. So we'll see what they decide to do. It's very hard situation to handle, but let's see if they put it in. I mean, they would have to, right? Because that's family. Obviously, it's family, although there was no internet. So, oops. They might have heard about it. They would have to put that in, right? They would have to put that in because, that's part of the story, So let's see what they decide to do. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on Michael. What do you think? I finally got to react to this vid. I'm so sorry this is late. Vids have been a little bit busy where I am, so I'll try to make. This will come out next week, by the way, not this week, next week. Wish me good luck. So hopefully next week will be more calmer. So let's see. So that's all I got to tell you guys. Make sure to